Have you ever felt that, no matter how much you share your thoughts and feelings with others, there is always a part of you that is never fully understood? That feeling of constantly seeking acceptance, connection, or even answers. But deep down, it leaves you feeling empty? Perhaps you've realized that, no matter how open you are and how much you share, the inner peace you so desire never arrives. Many people fail to perceive an important truth. Not everything should be shared. There are aspects of our lives, secrets, that are precious and should be preserved. Keeping certain truths to yourself not only protects your energy, but also strengthens your personal power. If you stay with me until the end of this video, I will show you 5 things that a truly awakened person, someone who begins to see the world more consciously, usually doesn't reveal. These 5 secrets, if kept within you, will not only protect your energy, but will also transform your life in ways you can't imagine. But before we go deeper, I want to warn you about something important. This knowledge is not for everyone. What you're about to discover has the power to radically change your life, because, as you'll see, there are invisible forces that influence everything we say and do. Oversharing with the wrong people or at the wrong moments can become an obstacle to your personal and spiritual growth. Often, without realizing it, you may be sabotaging your own evolution. By the end of this video, you'll have learned how to protect those aspects of yourself that are essential for keeping your energy safe, living in harmony with the laws of the universe. And, most importantly, you'll have begun a journey towards the most authentic and powerful version of yourself. Now, before we dive deeper into the subject, let me share a story with you. This is the story of Marcos, a man who, just like you, felt lost in the midst of his own life. One day, Marcos woke up as usual, to the sound of the alarm marking the beginning of another ordinary day. He looked at his phone, checked social media, replied to a few messages, and rushed off to work without time for breakfast. However, over the past few months, something inside Marcos had changed. The man who once had so many goals and objectives now felt empty and disoriented. He tried in vain to find inner peace. No matter how much he shared his emotions, dreams, and concerns with friends, that peace never came. It was as if he was always waiting for an answer, a sign, something to reconnect him with his essence. But that something never appeared. Marcos had the habit of opening his heart to his friends, believing that doing so would help him find support and understanding. However, many didn't understand him, and what he received in return were empty advice and, at times, judgment. Over time, he began to realize that the more he shared about himself, the less control he had over his own life. It was as if, by exposing himself too much, he was losing the power over who he really was. One day, while browsing the internet, Marcos stumbled upon a video about energies. The content explained how our thoughts, words, and actions directly affect our reality. The video also addressed the importance of keeping certain aspects of our lives to ourselves if we want to maintain our energy intact and control over our destiny. It made perfect sense to Marcos, and he decided to put it into practice immediately. From that moment on, Marcos stopped sharing his plans and problems with others. He decided to keep his most important goals to himself and began focusing on his personal growth without announcing it to anyone. The result was surprising. His life began to change in almost inexplicable ways. Everything started to flow naturally, and for the first time in a long while, Marcos felt that he had total control over his future. Just like Marcos, you too can experience this transformation. It all starts with understanding that some things are meant to be kept secret. When we keep certain important aspects of our lives to ourselves, we protect our energy and allow the universe to work in harmony with us. Now, I'm going to share with you the 5 things that an awakened person never reveals. Pay close attention, because each of them has a profound impact on your life, more than you might imagine. The first of these things is your most ambitious plans. Often, when we envision a big goal, we feel the need to share it, seeking support and validation. However, by doing this, you may be weakening your energy and compromising your own progress. Throughout our lives, we learn that sharing our plans and emotions with others can bring us comfort and support. But the reality is, when we expose our dreams and weaknesses, we open the door to external interference, often without realizing it. The energy circulating around us is powerful, and not everyone around us is in tune with our goals and desires. Even those who love us can, unintentionally, project their fears, insecurities, or even envy onto us, which directly affects the manifestation of our objectives. When you share your plans before realizing them, you expose these delicate seeds to influences that may destabilize them. Dreams need to be cultivated in silence, in the protected environment of your mind and heart. Just as a plant needs fertile soil and protection to grow, your goals need time and space to strengthen before being exposed to the world. Imagine you're building a house. If you allow many people to give opinions on every detail during construction, your original vision may get lost among so many suggestions. Likewise, by sharing your plans, you risk losing focus and the essence of what you truly desire. Keeping your dreams and goals private until they are ready to be revealed is essential to preserving them. The more you protect them, the more aligned they will be with your life's purpose. This doesn't mean you should hide everything from everyone, but rather discern the right moment to share, and, most importantly, with whom to share. Another crucial aspect is to guard your emotions and vulnerabilities. We all face moments of weakness, times when we need support to deal with our fears and insecurities. However, it's important to recognize that not everyone around you is equipped to handle your fragilities in a healthy way. Often, by exposing your emotions to people who don't know how to help, you may end up absorbing negative energies or even reinforcing your own fears. Emotions are powerful forms of energy. When we share our vulnerabilities with the wrong people, we open ourselves up to influences that can weaken us even more. Instead of constantly seeking external validation, learn to process your emotions internally. Emotional strength doesn't mean repressing feelings, but rather learning to manage them consciously and responsibly. You need to know when and with whom to share your concerns to ensure that this truly brings relief instead of more anxiety. Additionally, acts of kindness and generosity should be carried out without the need for others' approval. We live in a society where external recognition has become the norm. Often, we feel the need to showcase our good deeds to gain approval or praise. But a true altruistic act doesn't need an audience. When you do good without expecting anything in return, the energy behind that action is pure and powerful. By keeping your good deeds a secret, you align yourself with the purest forces of the universe. The value of a selfless act lies in the genuine intention to help others without seeking rewards or recognition. The laws of karma are clear. The good you do, even if no one knows, will return to you in unexpected ways. So, don't worry about others' approval. What really matters is that your actions are done with heart. Finally, your personal and family issues are one of the most intimate aspects of your life, and, therefore, should be treated with the utmost care. When you share family or personal matters with outsiders, you allow external energies to influence your most precious relationships. Not everyone is prepared to understand the depth of family bonds, or the complexities of your relationships. Imagine you are facing a conflict with a family member. It could be a misunderstanding or an emotionally delicate situation. If you share this situation with others, you are opening the door to interpretations and judgments that may not always align with what is truly best for you. Third-party opinions, even if well-intentioned, can generate more confusion and distance you from the real solution. In these cases, seeking the help of a professional is essential, as they will not project judgments and can help you find the answers you need without the interference we've mentioned. Therefore, protect your personal life with the same dedication you protect your dreams. Not everyone around you needs to know about your challenges and difficulties. Learning to handle these matters internally, or only with those who can genuinely help, is key to maintaining harmony and clarity in your relationships. In short, keeping certain aspects of your life to yourself is not an act of isolation, but of preservation. By protecting your energy and working in silence, you allow the universe to guide your path more fluidly and naturally. Every action you take in silence, every emotion you process internally, is contributing to your personal and spiritual evolution. Often, when we face personal or family issues, we tend to seek advice from others, or talk excessively about them, believing this might ease our emotional burden. However, this approach can, unintentionally, make these problems feel heavier in our lives. What could have been resolved simply through an honest and calm conversation ends up getting complicated when we allow others to interfere with our emotions and decisions. That's why it's so important to carefully choose with whom you share your challenges, making sure that person won't hinder instead of helping. A conscious mind understands that intimate situations, especially in family matters, should be handled with introspection, love, and empathy. It's not necessary for the world to know every detail of the challenges you face for you to find a solution. In many cases, silence and internal reflection are powerful tools for restoring inner peace. Protecting this private space is essential to creating a harmonious environment where tranquility prevails. The more you take care of and guard that intimacy, the more stability and well-being you promote around you. The path of personal and spiritual growth is unique to each person, and it's unrealistic to expect everyone around you to be at the same stage of evolution as you. It's essential to understand this diversity with humility and wisdom. Not everyone will be ready to understand or support the transformations you are going through, and that's natural. When you share your spiritual advances or the new directions you are exploring, you may encounter criticism, misunderstanding, or even disdain. These reactions usually don't come from a place of malice, but from a perspective limited by the beliefs and experiences of those people. Each individual is immersed in their own process of understanding, and what makes sense to you may not resonate the same way for others. When you encounter these differences, it's important to remember that these people are not in tune with your emotional or spiritual frequency at that moment, and that's okay. This means that sometimes it's wiser to keep certain aspects of your internal growth to yourself. Keeping these steps private is not a sign of selfishness, but rather a way of protecting your journey from external interference that can generate doubt or confusion. The most important thing is that you continue to walk your path with confidence, even if others don't fully understand it. After all, true evolution happens in silence, in the intimacy of the heart and mind. Throughout your spiritual growth journey, it's common to encounter people who don't understand your internal process. Sharing your discoveries and progress with those who are not in tune with your energy can often hinder your progress. The energy of those people, not aligned with your intentions, can interfere with your path, which is why it's wise to keep certain spiritual achievements to yourself. As you evolve and strengthen, you will feel the right moment to share these experiences. Until then, It's important to nurture this process privately and protectively. Personal growth is an intimate journey, often quiet and deep, that requires respect and protection. As you advance, you'll notice that external validation becomes unnecessary. The universe, through signs and intuitions, will guide your path in ways only you will be able to fully understand. Remember, spiritual growth is not a competition, nor something to showcase. It's a unique and personal experience, a dive into self-knowledge and connection with the universe. Keeping this process sacred and private can be the key to aligning your energy with universal laws. Take a moment to reflect. How many times have you shared your dreams, emotions, or problems with people who were not in tune with you? And how many times, after opening your heart, did you feel that part of your energy was drained? Don't worry, you are not alone in this. We've all been through it at some point in our lives, but the important thing is that now you have the opportunity to change this pattern. Protecting your energy doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world or distrusting people. It's about discerning what should be shared and what needs to be kept within you. By protecting what is most sacred in your being, you will begin to live more authentically, more aligned with your essence, and in peace with yourself. This energetic protection will also allow your intentions to manifest more clearly and effectively. By learning to keep your feelings and plans to yourself, you create space to process them with greater awareness. This avoids reactive decisions, allowing your choices to come from a place of serenity. This internal power is what facilitates the manifestation of your desires, without external energies interfering in your process. As a result, you will notice that your connection with the universe becomes stronger and more fluid. Opportunities will begin to arise naturally, and your dreams will materialize with less effort. Furthermore, by limiting the exposure of your personal problems to people who are not prepared to understand them, you cultivate greater respect for yourself. This doesn't mean distancing yourself from those you love, but choosing wisely to whom you give your energy. Your most meaningful relationships will flourish because you will begin to interact from a place of balance and strength. Interestingly, by sharing less, you may even feel more connected to others because you'll be acting with authenticity. Now that you understand these principles, I encourage you to reflect and apply these practices in your life. Remember that your spiritual growth is a sacred and personal journey that must be walked with wisdom, discernment, and respect for your own energy. By doing so, you will be living in accordance with the laws of the universe, manifesting your dreams naturally, and creating deeper, more genuine connections with others and with yourself. Take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Everything we've discussed so far is just the beginning. The real challenge arises when you decide to incorporate these teachings into your daily routine. I know it's not an easy task. We live in a society that constantly encourages us to share, to expose ourselves, and to seek external validation. However, I can assure you that by following these principles, you will begin to notice significant changes in your life. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you noticed that oversharing with others can affect your energy or your outcomes? Have you ever had moments when, after talking too much about your plans or feelings, you felt that something went wrong? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to read your story and understand how these ideas resonate with you. If this content has brought you any kind of inspiration or made you see life in a new way, I invite you to share your thoughts. Together, we will continue to explore this incredible journey of personal, spiritual, and energetic growth. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos, as they will help you deepen your connection with the universe. Remember, true strength isn't in sharing everything with the world, but in knowing how to protect what is sacred to you. By preserving your energy, you become the creator of your own reality. And when you live from that place of inner power, the universe always responds positively.